Get my hat on straight. YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Jones. Cut that shite out. C.T.S.O. Alright. A few things that I want to touch on. So I made a video a little bit ago. Here's another one. Please excuse me for not making videos. My bad. So, on my last video, I don't think I touched on Syria much, and if I didn't, wouldn't hurt to touch on it again. You know how we do. So, Assad's not gonna listen. The gassing last time in 2017, Assad didn't do that. That was a false flag. What is a false flag? A false flag is when you make a situation look a certain way, but it's not that certain way. You broadcast it. Maybe you get old footage. Maybe on your pirate ship you put someone else's flag on there and say the French did it when you're not French. Those are false flags, but it does not mean that no one died. Keep that in mind. So that is my understanding of a false flag. And inside of war, false flags are used very often. Now, the first false flag from Syria last year, when Trump dropped the Moab, mother of all bombs, boom, that really took care of ISIL, Obama, ISIS. I don't know why he calls it ISIL. If I looked into it, I'm pretty sure I could know why, because I saw some things and I was like, oh shit, they're actually called ISIL. I don't want to dive into that. It's just a bunch of bad people, and I don't really need to get my facts straight on a bunch of bad people, because that's just wasting my time. Okay, so, and that's on ISIS. So ISIS is a bit of an issue right there, right? So there's that. And I mentioned in my last video that freedom is not free. I would like for you folks to understand why some of us are doing what we do. Keep in mind that things would not have gotten done had certain people not have done them. Certain certain inventions would not have gotten done if people would listen to other people and be like, you can't do that, you don't have the drive to do that, you're not smart enough to do that, that'll never work. Listen, so as I'm sitting here talking to you, I would like to keep our freedom. Like I said, listen, as a African American black male, I think it's a very good idea that I yawn in every video and stay ahead of the curve. Okay? Right. So, where am I to go? So, if you know that in the past that you were slaves and this and that, wouldn't you kind of pay attention and keep your antennas up, right? And just, pay attention to things that are going on and maybe try to help out the next man, because no one deserves that, right? And I think we all really need to pay attention to something like that, because there's a large group of people who have most of the earth's money. You think you got money to do what you need to do on a day-to-day basis? They must be shooting me with like some yawn rays, because this happens in every video and I don't yawn throughout the day. But anyway, so it's just really freaking crazy that these people own all this money. And I mean, when I say all this money, you can't even fathom the things that they can buy. Sounds like they can buy states, countries, continents. That's real money. And that's the money I'm talking about. One thing I'd like to speak upon, okay, and this is another dragger. I'm sorry I don't bring the best great news. And at one point I said I would. I'm sorry I lied. But the United States is the biggest arms supplier in the world. Okay, and I'm not sure. I had so many points. I'm not sure if in my last video I mentioned this, but I'd like to mention this, that the United States, Israel, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, we have supplied these people with arms, explosives, blah blah blah. I don't know if explosives is a part of arms, but listen, the flag right here has been out there doing some dirty. It's been doing some freaking dirty. And there's a reason why a lot of people don't like us. And you need to understand this. You gotta understand it. Some serious problems. Because we've been going to other countries, toppling their governments and regime change and all that. We're all a part of that. We are not angels. And I mentioned that in my other video. We're not angels, and this is an issue, okay? So please keep this in mind. And under Obama, the arms deal increased 23%. And when I say arms deal, I mean selling arms. Not we got a bigger military. They were dwindling our military. And this was crazy. This was ridiculous. So, I'm just saying, it's nuts. War makes money, and we make money off of war. But when I say we, it's not we, because we're still 20-something trillion dollars in debt. So goes to particular people, right? Or else that would have been handled. And you know what? As I'm talking about that, listen, here's what I like to bring up. And please, everyone put a post if you know what I'm talking about. David Seaman, someone that I respect. And when I say respect, I'm not saying I'm giving him 100%, okay? David Seaman is someone, a journalist, who started something, I think he started something called Fulcrum. Fulcrum is, as far as I know, it's a journalist or a news organization, or they gather the news to bring to you, okay? That's Fulcrum. Now, here's what I've gathered. Now, David Seaman, I saw a video with him saying that his job is done. He'd been looking after the Trump campaign, and he'd been giving out good information, all that good stuff. Oh, yeah. He's seen indictments. He has seen indictments. And he's now done. Done. Finished. His work here is done. He's seen indictments, so he's going to step away. And that's okay, because I didn't see any indictments, but he's far into it. I'm not far into it. Who am I to talk about him? But I can give my opinion and judgment about that. So with David Seaman, he's stepping back as if we won the fight. Boom! Right? But as far as I know, and everyone I've things are fucking crazy. Trump's lawyer just got raided? Are you fucking kidding me? There's still weird things going on. I didn't see these indictments that he said that he saw. And I know that we're human beings and we all make mistakes. And when I say that we're human beings and we all make mistakes, a mistake could be, David Seaman, here's $100,000. I'm gonna need you to shut the hell up. And that could have happened to him. But when as I'm here with you folks, and we're trying to figure this thing out, I can't go on one person saying that they got all this and that, because I didn't get all this and that, and I didn't get enough information to do my research. Yeah, I haven't been given enough information to do my research. So what the hell am I going to do about it? I'm not going to report on some shit that I don't know. Listen, I report on things as close as I know. I don't know 100%. I'm not at the White House. I'm not at the House. No, I'm not. So keep that in mind. And Roy Potter even mentions, well, David Seaman seems to have put the towel in, says we're good, blah, blah, blah. And you know what? To be honest, David might actually be the one person, that would be interesting, who saw all of it coming and was like, alright, I'm good. The rest of y'all can do what y'all want, but I'm good. I synced it. Synced with a T. I synced it. And look, I can understand that. But I ain't synced it. So I don't understand what he's talking about. So right now it looks like we're still in a very hardcore war. And I wish that David Seaman was right. He could still be right? But I just don't see that right now because I'm not at his level. But also, so he had that, but I would like to listen. This shouldn't matter, and I ain't trying to throw salt on David Seaman. But this whole Bitcoin thing, AMTV went hardcore Bitcoin or chain block. Same with David Seaman, hardcore Bitcoin, chain block. I understand how that's going to help freedom because what our government does to the dollar bill, what it does to the money, prints it like nothing, has no worth. But at least Bitcoin has a worth and it's actually limited, only like so much per year apparently, if I'm saying it right. But listen, this is nuts. This is some crazy times that we're in. I honestly don't know who to trust, really. And when I say honestly, that's a bit no. When you say certain words, I know not to trust you. As long as you don't go across my booby trap of words, you alright. You alright. Keep that in mind. You alright. But as things go on and I see these terrible politicians use these words, these thoughts, these theories, when I see those, I step back and say, what the fuck are you on? So, keep that in mind. Well, but listen, in today's time, it's the craziest. And not only is it the craziest, but it's yawning. What are you to do? What are you to do? But excuse me, it's getting late. I hope listen, please excuse me for not putting out so many videos. But it looks like this video is doing pretty good. It's keeping up. Yeah, so did I not need a webcam that just died? Pisses me off a little bit because I spent money on it. I'll catch y'all. Thank you very much for coming down. Much appreciated. I'll see you soon.